My question is for the Minister for Corrections, Minister Erdogan. Thanks to this government's regressive changes to bail laws, there has been a 22% increase in adults and a 71% increase in young people on remand in Victorian prisons. To deal with the increased number of people being denied bail, the government has already hired 800 prison staff and will invest $727 million. This money would be better spent addressing the root causes of criminal behaviour that have been proven to reduce reoffending. Therapeutic support services are essential to this. You cannot fund additional staff without also increasing funding for these services. Otherwise, the government is setting itself up to fail our most vulnerable. So my question is, what level of increased investment will there be for therapeutic support services in our prison system?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Ms Payne for a question in relation to our adult correction system, but also youth justice system. I think it's a really important question that I have been asked a number of times this week, and I think it's important that we address. From the outset, let me say, I don't want to see anyone coming to contact with criminal justice in the first place. And as a government, we're fully focused on that work. And that's why a lot of the investments we've made start from early, Best Start, Best Life, early childhood education, primary, secondary education. I know those opposite are not big fans, but free TAFE. These are all about creating protective factors so that young people don't engage in the criminal justice system in the first place. But when they do, we have an obligation to support people and give them the best chance of turning their lives around. And that means supports in health. And during my term and my time as Minister, we've seen a significant increase in health expenditure across our correction system, rolled out a lot of successful programs such as the hepatitis program, but also invested in education and employment programs. We've been recognised internationally in relation to the work we've done in this space. The announcement I made on Tuesday was really, it's about that work, because fundamentally you can't have a safe system. A foundational part of having a safe and stable system is investing in your staff, your frontline staff. A lot of those programs that we run successfully in getting people back on track, so to speak, are focused on the work that staff do. They're the ones that speak to people in custody. They're the ones that make sure that programs can be rolled out safely. So a lot of that investment is making sure we've got appropriate staff in the appropriate posts, effectively, so that those programs can roll out. But I think, as part of that funding, there will be a significant amount of that will go to an increase and uplift in the amount we spend on health, the amount we spend on programs, because there will be greater demand. Greater demand means we'll need to allocate greater resources. We're looking at that mix very closely as we ramp up, because we're going to scale up throughout the year. We have seen an increase, and it's important that we do it the right way.
Ms Payne, supplementary.
Thank you, President. I thank the Minister for your response. By way of supplementary, can the Minister advise how much in total will be spent on additional correction staff?
Minister.
In terms of the $727 million announcement, I could say the majority of that will be spent on increasing the levels of staffing we have, because as a government we've already spent significant amounts into the physical infrastructure, and now we need to scale up. That means having the appropriate staff in those roles, getting people with experience and from different walks of life. In our youth justice system, I've seen the transformation in the staff we're able to recruit because we increased the levels of pay and the people attracted to those roles. In adult corrections as well, I think there'll be opportunities. We have some existing vacancies, that's been much discussed, in Aboriginal wellbeing officers, in some of the health services. So if people watching out there, please, there's going to be opportunities across our correction system. Please apply. You can make a real difference and improve community safety.